And welcome to this live stream of the Gazelle by Polychop. It's actually probably the first live stream we've done quite a while since we started doing the weekend updates, but it's nice to be back on a live stream again and giving you guys a preview look at this really amazing product that the guys at Polychop have put together. So we are here in the external model of the Gazelle right now. We'll do a little tour around the cockpit and take a look at what they put together. This is one of the French skins, but they've also done some wonderful skins for, let's see, the US, France, Germany, Russia, and I'm probably many more that I'm leaving out. Really great quality they've done. For the live stream here, I've got four Hot 3 missiles loaded up. And for this mission, I do not have the protection filters installed on the engine as well. So let's jump inside. So here we are inside of this meticulously created 3D cockpit. They've done a really nice job. So for the purposes of this live stream, though, I'm going to go ahead and remove my pilot model so I can better look around. But you can see that they've done a really nice job on creating these pilots, which are also animated as well. So I'm going to go ahead and reset. Okay, so I guess about 3 months or so ago, I did a little video of the Gazelle, but it was actually a pretty early state. And what we have now is actually quite a bit different. And I've had a couple days to play around with it, but I'm very, very much still learning this aircraft. So with the videos that Brian put together at Polychop, both for the quick start and the Hot 3 use, definitely helped a lot. So before getting the module when it's available, I definitely should just take a look at those. You did a really great job for those, but also they're putting together some interactive training missions, which will also help immensely. So let's get this bird up and running. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and get a little bit of light going. Then we'll go to the battery, the alternator, and the generator. I'll get that spun up. That looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fuel pump, start the clock, and wait for 20 seconds. Yeah, almost there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the engine turbine. And I'm sure going to close the doors, a little more quiet. So the long needle here is the engine RPM, and the fat needle down here is the rotor RPM. So I'm first going to wait for the engine RPM to get to about 2,500. And there we are. So go ahead and release the rotor brake. And engine RPM to about halfway. And now they're both going to climb, and I'm going to wait for both the rotor RPM and the engine RPM to coincide. And while I'm doing this, the guys at Polychop were given a bunch of questions about the Gazelle, so they can start answering those questions for you guys in the chat. Okay, so we got both of those lined up. So go ahead and increase engine RPM to full. And we're going to wait for the needles to hit the white tick mark between the two red, and we're all looking good there. So let's go ahead and get the rest of the cockpit set up. Go ahead and cage the ADI. And let's see, we want to put the pitot, trim, electronic brakes, autopilot with SAS channels. And down here we'll enable the flare system. Navigation. Right now we're on waypoint 1 with our coordinates. We'll set this to weapon station 1 for now. Navigation to GM. And let's go ahead and jump over to the gunner station. So rather than trying to fool around with the controls while I'm flying, I'm going to go ahead and set a lot of this up right now. So I'll take off the guards for both the laser designator and the firing switch. Turn on the monitor, arm the weapon system, set my rotaries all the way clockwise. And this is going to start to cool up. Turn on the RWR. Oh, and actually going back, set my radar altimeter. About 150 meters. And it looks like the nav system just lined up. And let's see, external lights. And we have also option for night lighting. Double check. Yep, move loud. Okay, so let's do a once over, make sure everything's set up. Nav, autopilot, SAS, all the electrical, weapon system. Still waiting for the flare to cool up. Turn the real altimeter on. Okay, so I think we're looking pretty good there. And actually, by the sound of it, I can hear the sensor being cooled down. So I'll switch back over here, and I will set this to the operational mode, and I can pan it around, zoom in. Flare's not quite ready. Recenter. Center, all the way back. Okay, so I think I'm finally ready to go. And hopefully I will not auger or make this takeoff too ugly. Let's give this a try. And of course, fully animated. Okay. And one of my favorite things actually about this module, seems like a simple thing, but having the wind yarn is a really nice touch and actually quite useful as well. And let's go ahead and hit to the first waypoint. There, we're lined up. And here we have the airspeed indicator, our engine torque, navigation, radar altimeter, and so on. And particularly when flying the Gazelle with the SAS channel, it takes a little bit to get used to. When you're turning the aircraft, you really need to hold it in the turn because it'll want to right itself up. So it just takes a little while to get used to. And also we're starting to see some of the brilliant new textures that Starway's been putting together. And he's completely redone all the textures, the entire map, field textures, city textures, trees, roads. Every single building's been retextured. I don't think there's a texture in the entire game that he didn't redo. So let's actually jump over to the gunner station. And I think there's some trucks up ahead here in the Oxbow. So I'm going to go ahead and recenter my sight. Scroll down, zoom in. Yeah, there you are. And I go ahead and laser designate it. Try a different weapon station. And this is probably something I'm doing wrong on my end, but at this point I should be seeing a weapon launch indication on the display. But again, I'm sure I'm doing something wrong on this. And I'll try it again with the second set of targets. Oh, armament switch. Knew I forgot something. Let's go ahead and try that again. And for those of you who look at Google Earth over Georgia, one of the things that Starway's done is actually created the field textures, which are much, much more accurate to the actual real region than what we have right now, or actually any mod I've seen before. And a previous experience, it's definitely very possible to overheat and destroy the engine. So definitely want to keep a close eye on your engine torque. I should go ahead and head off to the second target group. And we'll fly down here to Snakekolki. And as mentioned earlier, in the new mod that Starway's put together, he's retextured every single building in the entire map, as well as the roads, the textures underneath the cities and villages, um, the trees, the bushes, everything. And he spent dozens and dozens and dozens of hours working on this, and very happy with the results that he got out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and come to the top of this ridge, and I'll try to find the next target set, and hopefully I'll have a good engagement this time. What are you looking at? And this is the fall textures that he's done, but of course it'll be spring, summer, and winter as well. But overall, once you get used to some of the handling characteristics of the Gazelle, very easy and very fun helicopter to fly. Slow down a little. Okay, jump over. Okay, line myself up with the target group. Let's zoom in, scroll down. There they are. Let's get this one here. Okay, now I got my target indication, range it, fire. Tracking in. Oh, a little off. Let's try that again. Oh, we just moved to the second group, or third group now. So actually, we go back to the navigation system and go punch in steer point 3 and navigation this way. And also on the HSI, you can see a range indicator there as well. So I'm about 39 kilometers from my next steer point. What? So it'll probably end in a crash, but one of the things I'm still working on is getting into a hover with the Gazelle, and we'll give it a little try here. So I'll go ahead and kill some airspeed. And when you get low, you really need to put some counter rudder in there. Oh, not too bad. Actually, quite easier that time. Put the pilot back on. And basically heading north right now, and we'll eventually recover up at Sukumi. We have a couple targets along the way. Whoop. Oh shit. Okay, I think we're all over the next crest is Zugidi, one of the cities in this part of Georgia. And there's a full trim system, much like you're going to be used to with the helicopters, very easy to use. But it does not include yaw trim, so you're still going to have to keep a really close eye with your pedals. And actually, just yesterday, I was able to spend a fair amount of time with the Gazelle in both the CV1 Rift as well as the Vive. And not exaggerating, what's probably my favorite aircraft to fly in VR right now. Not just because of the huge amount of glass in front of you, it really feels like you're, Superman flying over the terrain. But there's a huge amount of really big 3D contrast to the different controls in the cockpit, and it really stands out. Really gets across the 3D immersion factor VR that this aircraft can provide. And I think as some of you also noticed, flying in VR, particularly for helicopters, it's just makes a huge difference in terms of having a much better feel for exactly what your aircraft is doing. Okay, so I think this is Zugidi up ahead here. And then our next targets are beyond that. And as a recon aircraft, uh, definitely, one of the biggest roles of the Gazelle will be, flying along long distances, looking for hidden targets, and it's kind of what I'm doing here. And here again, you can see some of the great work that Starway has done with the complete retexturing of the Caucasus map. And in addition to the actual textures, he's also modified all the different Lewis settings for low, medium, high, ultra, and extreme values now. It's about 13 kilometers away. Get some altitude and get a better look around. And I believe this is the Nguri River with the dam down that way. Nine clicks. Let's see if we can see the targets yet. I think they're, oop, it might be, nope. There they are. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and plug in the next steer point. Oop, taking some fire. Shit. Okay, so we're gonna take it over the coast now. And of course, working wiper blades. 14 clicks. I think there's another target set. And you can adjust the brightness and contrast of the display here. Go ahead and shoot this bridge. Try. Well, centered. Okay, just 11 more clicks to the next waypoint. And then the next stop after that will be Sukumi. Over torque it just a little bit here. And start to get the red light come on. Back off. Oh, looks like I missed the cycle. Go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so we're coming up on Sakumi finally. This has been a long flight, and doing my best to get it on the ground in one piece. And in all honestly, I have yet to even attempt to land the Gazelle, so this would be my first try. So we'll see what happens. Okay, this is where I want to land. Uh, 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 uh. Ooh. Ah. Okay, suck on that. Thought I was going to crash. So got it down at least in one piece, but probably broke something. Anyhow, guys, that's the kind of first stream live look at DCS Gazelle. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the Polychop has done an outstanding job. Very happy with the model, the flight model, the systems, and all the content they're packing into it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll try to do hopefully one of these again in the not too distant future. Thanks.